Greetings, greetings. Good morning. My name is Veronica Marie. And if you don't know me, I am a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, and an emotional wellness coach. I also operate as a feminine wisdom mentor, and I delight in helping people live a healthy and a happy life. We're going to give some people a second to pop on, and then we're going to talk about how you disturb your own peace. I want you to remember throughout this teaching that I offer one-on-one coaching, and you can find that on my website at veronicamarie.com. Also, I have a Facebook group called Path to Peace. And in that group, we discuss information just like this on a daily basis. All right. So this is a short, very informal talk about the ways that you disturb your own peace. When we look on social media everywhere, lots of people are saying to others, don't disturb my peace. If you haven't come to add to my peace, don't disturb it. But this is very misleading because it makes you believe when you say, don't disturb my peace, it takes you out of your power seat. That's the first thing. It means that you are unable to hold your own peace vibration in the midst of negativity or behaviors that you don't like. That indicates that it's time for you to find out how to hold your own vibration so that you don't need other people to act a particular way for you. Peace is an inner state of being. And that state of being depends on your ability to be in harmony with universal truth. You could disturb your own peace by yourself. You don't need other people to disturb your peace. And you do that in a lot of ways when you have anxiety or you deal with depressive feelings or bitterness or resentment or you passive aggressive and things of that nature. You are disturbing your own peace by yourself. So the only thing that happens is you add another person to the mix, and they are also disturbing their own peace while probably blaming you. Okay, so I think it's time for us to come back into our power seat where peace is concerned. Peace is an inner state of being that is highly dependent on your harmony with the universe. When you are not in harmony with the universe, you experience a disturbance of peace. That means there's some belief system, some thought process somewhere inside of you that is vibrating according to untruth. And you need to bring that thought, that belief system into harmony of universal truth. Let's talk about this a little bit more. Today, I want to focus on the way your unresolved past disturbs your peace. Okay. So let's say and you have an unresolved past of relationships that ended early, sooner than you wanted, and the people in those relationships were not emotionally available. Let's say that happened. And maybe that happened once or twice. It only had to happen once, but definitely when it happened more than once, you needed to come to some conclusions that were consistent with universal truth. But usually we are not focusing on universal truth. We are focusing on what we want from the situation. And when we focus on what we want from the situation rather than the universal truth during a breakup or a parting of friendships, when we focus on what we want, what we think should have happened, then we cannot come into truth because what we wanted wasn't always realistic. What we wanted wasn't part of universal plan. So if you continue to want something that isn't part of universal plan, then you cause yourself to vibrate out of harmony with the universe. That disturbs your peace. You cannot have peace in that state of being. Let's say you felt the person should have stayed, should have been honest, should have worked harder, but they didn't. One universal truth operating there is understanding that everyone who comes in your life doesn't come to stay, but they do come to show you more of yourself. And they didn't come to show you the parts of yourself that you already know. They came to reflect parts that you don't know, like a mirror. It's like if you have a crumb on your cheek, you don't know that you have a crumb on your cheek until you look in the mirror or until someone else tells you that the crumb is on your cheek. Then you can do something about it. In the same way, this person or these people did not come for the purpose of staying in your life for longevity, however you wanted them to, and they didn't. So now you are not in peace. You cannot receive your lesson. You cannot evolve in that situation. So the energy of your unresolved past concerning that will sit inside of your being, and it affects your vibration. So then you will attract another person who will reflect the same thing and seem to follow the same pattern. And then if you don't resolve that, then you'll attract another one. Now, let's say on the last go round, you decided, I'm not doing this anymore. If people want to come and go, I'm going to let them come and go. First of all, you are vibrating outside of universal truth. Because even though you are reciting a truth, which is people do come and go, you're doing it from a contracted hurt space because you still have unresolved issues in there that need to be resolved, but you can't because you think that the person is the problem. They didn't give you what you wanted. Now you're reciting a universal truth, people come and go, but you're doing it from a contracted place. So that situation cannot come into the light of truth in you. It cannot be released. Your unresolved past cannot be released from your system unless you bring it to the light of truth. And how do you know what truth is? Well, you can research universal truths. You can come to coaching. I offer one-on-one coaching at veronicamarie.com. And most of the time, you need someone on the outside to show you what's going on the inside at an unconscious level, because you already don't see it with this individual being your mirror. So it's likely that you will not see it on your own. However, there's always a possibility. And the way you open up to it is you say something like this to yourself and to the universe with intention. I realized this didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I also realized that people do not come in my life to stay. What do I need to know about myself that needs to be healed from this situation? What do I need to know about myself? Now, I want you to be careful because most people do this. I need to learn that I have worth. And if people don't know what I'm worth, then I'm going to let them go. You see, that's a contracted state that is not vibrating according to universal truth. Most people go there. I just have to realize that everybody is not like me. Everybody doesn't think like me. That is not harmony with universal truth. Your unresolved past is going to stay in your system as unresolved. And long as it's there, it's going to attract situations that activate those same emotions. It's like a danger signal for your subconscious to say, hey, you're about to do it again. You're about to do it again. You're about to do it again. And that disturbs your peace. So then instead of resolving the inner conflict, because nobody taught you, you'll avoid the person. You'll isolate yourself and say, I don't like people. I'm not dealing with people anymore. Now, I'm not saying coming away from people to heal is not necessary, because it is. But when you isolate yourself with your own unresolved past, you cannot heal. So then you end up saying things like, don't disturb my peace. I hope you see how that sets up. So now on the last go round, you decided, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired. I'm changing how I'm moving here. All right. So here comes a person of interest. And the person of interest has some thought processes that you don't agree with. And that sends off the notification within your being to activate all of your unresolved past so that it won't happen again. So all of the pain in the memories, encapsulated in the memories, will come to the surface as a strong emotion, strong resistance, and you'll go, I'm not doing this. Don't disturb my peace. If you didn't come here to add to my peace, don't disturb it, because I'm not moving like that anymore. I used to be that person. I used to run after people. I don't do that anymore. That's a person with an unresolved past. That is a person who needs to heal. That person is contracted and out of their power seat. They are in avoidance. When you are in your power seat, you are open, right? And in opening, you understand your own power to hold your vibration. So you don't need to avoid. You don't need to, because guess what? You can avoid the situation for a very long time. But if the lesson still needs to be learned within you, you're going to keep attracting that and keep having to isolate. That disturbs your peace, because eventually it turns into loneliness. Eventually it turns into feeling like nobody is there for you. You see, it begins a whole different process, which does not serve you. So I hope you can see how people don't disturb your peace, your unresolved past being activated by people disturb your peace. Now, if you don't no longer want your peace to be disturbed by you, then you need to act to resolve past situations that are not vibrating according to universal truth. Because the thing is, if you have the unresolved past in you, you're going to have to face it again, because it's necessary for your evolution. If you want to evolve, evolving or evolution requires that you bring all parts of yourself that don't vibrate according to universal truth into harmony with universal truth. That means that you're going to have to keep experiencing similar situations until you do that. And a lot of times, because it is an unconscious thing going on in your brain, you do not know that you're doing all of these things. You think that it's other people coming in with their negativity. No, it's you. And long as it's you, we can do something about it. As long as it's you, we can be empowered to shift. We can look inside of you, see what this is reflecting, and bring it to a peaceful resolution. Then you're no longer worried about negative people. Then you're no longer worried about haters. Then you're no longer worried about people who are selfish, XYZ. You are able to live in your fullness, in confidence, groundedness, and stability. I hope this makes sense to you. This is part of a program I have and am developing called Path to Peace. Path to Peace right now is a Facebook group. You can join it there. You can set up one-on-one coaching sessions on my website at veronicamarie.com. Or if you know me personally or have access to me on social media, you can shoot me a message and set up a session. Before we leave this teaching, I invite you to like this video, share it with a friend, and also subscribe to my channel. My name is Veronica Marie, and I am passionate about helping you live a healthy and a happy life. Go forward and enjoy your